I expect to climb the whole way up. There's traffic 12 o'clock and about 7 miles southeast and we'll be turning southbound on Archer.
I got it. Okay, we'll continue to climb and are we cleared in the class Bravo, Juliet Alpha?
From cleared to Bravo, maintain 3, he'll be at 2.
Juliet Alpha, climb maintain 3000. Alright.
90 hotel, turn right heading 180.
Back to your head. You see LaPorte right there, right? So just fly to LaPorte and keep the climb coming up 80 knots so we can get up there pretty quick. We got traffic coming underneath us at 2. And, you know, it's a visual thing, so you see LaPorte over there, you can go and turn to that.
Okay, I didn't know if you want to keep it on the heading
remember we planned this, but things change, so just
turn
fly.
Turn 90 hotel, traffic 2 o'clock and about 6 miles northeastbound, 1,600 climbing at 3, the Skyhawk will be climbing over the southeast.
80 knots.
Okay, we're looking at on have inside 90 hotel.
November 0 Juliet Alpha, turn 10 degrees left.
10 left.
10 left, 20 Juliet Alpha.
Alright, let's go to our bug heading and that'll work. So you see how I asked him about the class Bravo? Because without that clearance, we could be in trouble, you know? I mean, he could, I don't know, you just need to be legal with it, that's all. Probably once you're above 2,500, he'll clear you back on course, so. You see how steep it climbs?
90 hotel, report to airport inside.
I got the fuel inside off my right wing, 90 hotel.
90 hotel, roger, the traffic is leaving your altitude, this time will not be a factory, clear visual pressure, only 35 left, turn down whenever you like.
Okay, 35 left. Can we go ahead and, could you give me vectors to do the RNAV? I want to check out my equipment.
Okay, that's not a problem. Let's disregard that flight heading 180 on our 90 hotel.
Okay, 180 on the heading to 90 hotel.
So the time is, we're at 3 minutes, so our first leg looks pretty good on the time. Probably pretty close. We're still in his vector for now until he clears us out of the way. And what's your next point going to be?
056 for 10.5 minutes.
And Juliet, RMJ will be the airport, right?
That's the place that we did the...
November 0 Juliet Alpha, proceed on course to Beaumont, thanks for the patience.
On course to Beaumont, 20 Juliet Alpha, thanks.
Okay, so we're at Meet LaPorte, so I would just turn to your next leg right now. 056, until you see it, just go to 056.
That's way... the 056 is going to be about here.
And there's 3,000, okay. Once we get going, we know, we'll find us. Now, look at your chart. Once you get all trimmed up, let's find out how we are on course. I can see LaPorte right there, so I know we're pretty darn close. I'll hold the wheel for a minute. Alright, there's LaPorte, there's the next one. So, visually find that RWJ. We've been there before, so you can...
Well, yeah, I know, the bridge is right here, so...
There's the bridge, right?
The bridge.
There's the bridge?
Yeah, it should be right about over there.
Alright, so I'll give you the plane here. Then we'll just set the power back about 2,500. Alright, there you have the airplane. So you got the peninsula, there's Cedar Point. So you see the lake up there, RWJ should be right off in the distance. We should hit it at 10.5 minutes, we should be there. There we go. All that work for flight planning, and it's important to stick to the numbers you plan for. So we plan for the Cheetah at 2,500 RPMs, so we're set there. We plan to lean it out at 3,000, right? So you see your fuel flow right there, burn about 12 gallons an hour. Let's lean this out until we get a rise. See that? And so we're burning about, what, 10, 8 or 10? That's about what we plan for, right? So.
Do you want to do the approach via ZVAC?
If you could just vector me in and I'll head over Barnsley, that'd be great.
90 hotel, okay, you can plan on that, the phone T38 on the file.
Okay, say again, sir, I didn't get that.
Just letting you know you're number 2, phone at T38.
Okay, very good, 902.
I'll plot the chart like this because we're going that way, right? So here's the cedar point right over there, right? And I-10 should be off to your left. See I-10?
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to remain south of I-10, right? See the route? Right there. And we're looking for RWJ.
Number 0 Juliet Alpha, contact approach on 121.3.
That's us, 121.3.
What's that?
121.3, Juliet Alpha. All right, so come on back up to your altitude also.
NASA 967 flighting 260, descend and maintain 2000.
260, 2000, 967.
Alright, 121.3 is your frequency he wants you on. They just check in Houston approach, Juliet Alpha at 3000.
Houston approach?
Yeah, and give me your full call sign.
Houston approach, Cessna November 280, Juliet Alpha at 3000.
Okay, so look at your chart here. Look for RWJ Airport in front of you. So be somewhere off.
Left hand side, it's right there.
Okay, so go fly right to that. So our headings are a little bit different than what we planned for. That's okay. I mean, winds are different, right? Maybe we have
currently direct us to the beam pass and
I usually don't, I can't talk to them until I'm a little bit further east before I pick them up, but
I can take the initial 35. There we go. Right one.
Okay, so what's our next leg after this?
It's Airway 3 for 15 minutes.
Yeah, at a total time of 15 minutes, yeah. So I think our times look good. We planned for 10.5 minutes. We're 8.5, so we're pretty darn close to our time.
About 1 golf, 1 o'clock, about 10 miles out the direction of 10 and that's 15. 1 golf. 017, 1 o'clock, 10 miles out the direction of 10
And just, you know, kind of think about your next leg, what it's going to look like.
Yeah, visually, I see that.
Yeah, just hang on to that there. Keep it oriented the way you want it. It's easier right now because we're over water. When you get further towards windy, you really have to keep an eye on that chart and go exactly where you plan for. Let's turn our landing light off after your cruise checklist. I didn't really do that.
Radar contact. 301.
That air blowing on you over here? I'll turn this thing off here. I can.
It's about 1 golf, it's about 1 o'clock now, 3 miles about to sit by there. 1 golf, Juliet. Don't want to miss that. Everyone, Monroe City should be over there.
Yeah, you see the big lake right there? And that's it right there. So if you just, once we hit RWJ, we'll turn to track down there and you look for Chambers County Airport. And a Cessna's good for cross countries because you look straight down, you can see what's below you. You see RWJ? When it's right below you, note the time.
15 seconds.
Alright, so we're 15 seconds early, so I'd expect to hit this one 15 seconds early.
Echo, just west of the Channel Island, 2,000 feet, right stage, sharp turn.
How's it going, Nick? They can hear me. Hey, Nick, it's John. How's it going?
Having a good time up here, John. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Beautiful day. Have fun out there.
Well, dude, I'm just getting comfortable right between the Channel Islands and the six pack right now.
Very good. Alright, so you're looking for the town. You see the town, right? And then you should look for the airport also. And it looks like it's kind of embedded in the town, or maybe just on the west side of the town. So just try to track right over top of it.
I see it.
You'll see if you get closer if you don't see it.
No, I see the grass.
Okay. Try calling approach again. Just tell them Houston approach. We're checking in at 3,000.
Houston approach, Cessna November 280, Juliet Alpha, check in when you get 3,000.
Cessna 280, Juliet Alpha, Houston approach. Expect runway 16 to Beaumont. Verify his information, Charlie.
Tell them we'll get Charlie, expect 16.
And we'll get Charlie, and we'll expect 120, Juliet Alpha.
And approach 0 Juliet Alpha, we're just going to do touch and go Beaumont, and then we're VFR back to Ellington on the training flight today. Just let them know.
And November 0 Juliet Alpha, roger.
Alright, so we already told us expect 16. We got time, we'll get ATIS, we'll think about the approach.
Traffic above us.
Yeah. You see the airport
Number
here?
81, okay, try to maintain 4,000.
Just track right over top of it.
On 134.45.
Pretty much leave it 10 for 4,000, approach on 34.45, thank you.
Our headings are close. We're probably off just a little bit on the what we calculated for whatever reason. Wind might be calm.
About 3 degrees off.
Yeah, it's pretty close though. As we get close to it, I know it sounds silly, but try to get right over top of the airport since that's what you planned for, and it makes the next leg just a little bit easier. I think our times are looking pretty darn good today though. Starting to think about the next leg. Not a whole lot to look at, right? So it's going to be heading in time for the next one.
Yeah, just set the heading.
Until we get to close to I-10. A lot of people will highway navigate VFR. I'm not kidding, man. They'll go from here to Florida right over I-10 the whole way. And that's okay, you know, they don't have all the gee-whiz toys.
That's smart.
You know? I like to go airport to airport when I'm VFR. Now if I got a problem, I know I've got an airport, you know, no further than about 10-15 minutes away.
Now you got I-10 right below you.
You got I-10 in Glen on I-10 or the service road on it or something, yeah. Yep, crop
Flight 11 go. Contact Lake Charles first, 119 or 0.8.
Not a whole lot. 119. That's a good airport to do touch and goes in. So we're just about there.
We're about 30 seconds.
Right.
We're right over it.
Right now. How's the time look? So we're, yeah, 30 seconds early. Okay, turn to your next heading. The 071.
Yep.
Okay, good. So we'll just hold that for a little while.
You should intersect I-10 though.
Yeah, get right on that heading as best you can, and then you see I-10 over there. So if you go north of I-10, you know you've gone too far. I think our headings are off a little bit on what we calculated, but without knowing, just you know, do what it says. The way this thing's set up, it kind of confuses me every once in a while. That's why I draw the arrows. You can always make up your own chart if you want. There's others online you can use. Let's go ahead and, on the number 2 radio, let's dial up ATIS.
Get my cheat sheet.
Yep.
center approach. Just before you go to traffic, 10 o'clock, 5 miles northbound, altitude indicates 3,300, unverified. 7 Bravo.
Let's push it again, I don't think it lit up. Is it on?
2.1, altimeter 3029. Our nav approach runway 16 in use. Arrivals contact Houston approach 121.3. Departures contact clearance delivery 118.3. Before departure, state destination and altitude. Advise initial contact to Charlie.
Charlie 3029.
Textbook status information Charlie 1853 Zulu. Wind, calm, visibility 5. Haze. Sky clear. Temperature 2.1. Altimeter 3029. Our nav approach runway 16 in use. Arrivals contact Houston approach 121.3. Departures contact clearance delivery 118.3. Before
Charlie 302916, 121.3.
Bonanza 7 Fox Hotel, climb to 7 South.
Alright, so let's
Number 777 Fox Red.
dial up towers, break that'll be the next frequency we'll be on.
3025, South Fox Hotel.
Then we'll do it on that radio.
November 7 Juliet Bravo, traffic net factor. Contact Houston approach 119.7. See you later.
Alright, so we got I-10 coming up. You see a town in front of you.
Yeah, no, there should be an airport with a...
Yeah, open up that chart one, flip it one open there. There you go. Right there is good. And,
Chambers.
yeah. So the airport should be somewhere in that mess of that little town up there.
Yeah, no, I remember when we drive the Polk, we can see
You
the
see it,
prop
yeah.
testers always
Yeah.
flying out of here.
The best way to find airports are look for the hangars.
Yeah.
Look for the. Every airport's got some kind of big
Yeah.
warehouse hangar. When you do this on the Cheetah or the Tiger, you got to remember fuel. Like, you know, you'll put a note on the chart, switch fuel, or on your log, switch fuel.
It looks like every heading is off by about 3 degrees to the right.
30 Alpha with a request.
Petroleum 060
Okay, good.
Alpha,
You
go
can
ahead.
adjust that yourself.
Yeah, Petroleum 060
So next heading we'll put 064 and see what happens.
Runway 14
And you're out.
Petroleum 30 Alpha, roger. You can expect that with the next controller.
Petroleum 030 Alpha, roger.
Let me know if you find Winnie. If not, I'll point it out when we get there. Also, you see I-10. See the branch? Remember we talked about that on the chart? It makes it bend to the north.
Yeah.
Yeah. Northeast, rather. Sorry.
You can kind of see Beaumont from here, right?
Yeah, you start to see it off in the distance out there. See that?
Kind of off on the horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
the airport.
You see the
right
airport?
there.
Yeah. Cool. Good.
So we're expected to hit that 22.
Yeah.
About a minute and a half.
So you see how the time helps? If you got totally lost right now, 19 minutes, you know you're somewhere close to this waypoint. Then you go to your chart and start looking around for stuff. Like, oh, there's the fork in the road. Okay, there's the town. Oh,
Unless
there's
you're going like north or something like that. Then
Yeah.
you'd be completely screwed.
Right. So worst comes to worst, you just stay on your time and your compass heading. Okay, let's talk about absolute worst. You get totally lost. You're totally disoriented right now. What could you do? Not using this. I know you can use that.
No, not using that. Just fly the reciprocal.
Well, we're talking to these guys, right?
Yeah.
What can they do for us?
Give me a vector back.
Yeah. Or a vector to Beaumont. Say, dude, I'm totally lost. Can I get a vector to Beaumont? Dude, they can vector you to Miami right now.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So. Alright, Winnie should be coming up here just a little bit. Alright, but let's say you're flying in Alaska. You got no radar coverage, nobody to talk to.
Traffic for 1 o'clock, 10 miles northwest bound. It's an Embraer Jet 10,500. They'll be descending at 8.
We'll talk about that when we make the turn here. Don't talk about on the way back.
That's what Hotel 39.
So this is our last heading. Going into Beaumont.
Yep.
about 10 minutes to get there. $0.064. Yeah, we always see those planes taking
Yeah,
off.
those yellow crop dusters.
Gotta be a scary job.
Yeah, it is. Alright, so we're about 40 seconds off, right? Pretty darn good for first time. Just tell approach you have information, Charlie and Beaumont.
Houston approach. Cessna number 280 Juliet Alpha has information, Charlie.
Cessna 280 Juliet Alpha, roger.
It just lets him know, otherwise he may have to read the whole thing to you, which you don't need. It's just a courtesy, that's all. Okay, so we're on our heading. Here's that road going north. I guess
we should deviate to the
deviate to the right of the east of it. Good. Might get a little bumpy by that smoke coming up, but it's alright. Okay, next thing to think about is our descent. We don't want to land. We don't want to get over Beaumont right at 3,000 feet, right? So what time are we going to get there? 33 and a half minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what about 30 minutes?
We descend about 500 foot a minute. We want to go down to 1,000 feet, so we got to lose 2,000 feet. It takes about 4 minutes. So when you see 33 minus 5, let's say 5 minutes prior, let's start a descent.
29 minutes.
Okay, yeah. And it'll just be an inward descent.
And then Cessna Foxtrot Hotel, traffic no factor.
Good luck with the site.
And just know when you get lower, you're not going to see as much. So when you go into a small little airport, you may want to stay higher longer and just descend over the airport.
1.6 was, so we'll pass over one hill to the west.
Yep. And I'll walk you through the landing on this. I know you haven't landed a Cessna before, but it's it lands differently. It's still easy to land. No big deal. Just use the same way you did the Cheetah. We'll come in about 5 knots slower. We'll make final approach 65, about 65 to 60.
What kind of lap setting?
Still the same.
Okay.
Yep.
But I mean,
two notches. You got the first notch and second notch.
Okay.
And the third notch would land.
030 Alpha, make your request on the localizer for runway 14 with the next controller and contact Houston approach 134.45, 3445.
Roger, contact Houston approach 134.45. Charlie 030 Alpha.
I go to Pensacola in about 3.5 hours. And like this.
Cessna 0 Juliet Alpha, fly heading 050.
050. To activate that flight plan?
No, because we're radar contact.
Yeah, I remember you were saying.
Alright, so you're on a vector, so I'd expect, we just got vector a little further north, so now you're going up this road here, so just keep an eye on the chart where everything is. And when you're ready to descend, just tell him we're going to start a VFR descent. That's all you got to tell him, you know.
About 3 minutes.
Yeah, say we're going to start a VFR descent at this time. The airport should be, as we get closer, should be a little further to the right than what we're planning on.
It should be pretty close to where we are now, right?
Yeah.
That guy right there? Is that it?
No.
No?
No.
It looks like a little strip.
How's our time looking? So we're still about 6 minutes out.
Yeah.
6 minutes to the airport, so we're still about 12 miles. I'll tell you, it's hard to find, and you just keep scanning. You know it's going to be at least straight ahead or off to the right. It should not be over there.
Number 0 Juliet Alpha 1A will report the Jack Brooks Airport at site. Currently 2 to 3 o'clock and 10 miles.
And 20 Juliet Alpha, what else?
Well, he said 2 o'clock, or 2 to 3 o'clock. It's not 3 o'clock, but he just told you it's over there somewhere. And I've been here 100 times, and every time it's still hard to see.
Cessna 919 Record Bravo, Houston number.
Gonna be over there.
I can't see.
Yeah. It's gonna be.
What is that, a prison over there?
Yeah, it's by a prison, but it's a little further out. It's pretty hard to the right. We're probably going to end up like 3 or 4 miles north of it. It's over there. Just tell me you have it in sight because I see it.
Okay. And approach 20 Juliet Alpha has Beaumont in sight.
November 0 Juliet Alpha, roger. Make straight in runway 16. Contact Jack Brooks Tower 119.5. Take care.
20 Juliet Alpha is what you talking to.
And then we'll do a straight in for 16. Starting to see it over there breaking out. It's hard as hell to see. Just keep going straight.
I think I'm not entirely pretty sure.
I'll just call tower. Just tell them you're checking in to the northeast, straight in for 16.
Beaumont Tower, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Beaumont Tower, Cessna November 280 Juliet Alpha. What are we about?
10 northeast. 10 northwest.
10 to the northwest in Alpha 16. Base Charlie.
For the 280 Juliet Alpha, Beaumont Tower, wind 130, runway 16 midway.
Make it the option.
What's that?
Clear to land 16 Juliet Alpha. We're just going to make it the option and head on back towards Ellington.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The 0 Juliet Alpha, roger, runway 16, the option.
Go for the option, November 32 Juliet Alpha.
You see it over there now?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and start it now. Before we descend, we leave things out, so we got to go mixture rich before you go down. All right, just continue straight ahead because we're going to go to 16. So what you're looking at now, I'm not sure if that's 16 or 12. Take your heading bug and bug 16. So that probably lines up with this runway right over here, right?
Is that okay? Yeah, I see it now.
So 16 and we got 12, right? So
we're pretty high, so
yeah, come on down. Pull the power and come on down. Actually, that's probably 1-2, isn't it?
Pictures, Rich. You want to go fuel pump on now?
No, there's no fuel pump on this. So that's 1-2 you're looking at.
Okay.
Like we said, the first one's 1-2. So you don't have to don't dive down. Just come on down gently. We got plenty of time. We got to go out. You're on like a long right base. So just work it on down to about 1,000 feet.
Pull the power out.
So we ended up, what, about 4 miles north with that vector? Yeah.
I'm still looking for it.
You got plenty of time. Just descend about 1,000 foot a minute. We don't have to hustle down. There's 1-2 right there. See 1-2?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to keep going.
Hard to see 1-6 from this angle.
You don't really see it right now. I don't see it.
Descend down to 1,000 feet and then about 1,000 feet a second, decent.
Oh yeah, there's prisons there. So I'm telling you, man, this airport's impossible to find at night. It is impossible.
It almost looks like you only have one runway.
You can come a little closer. You'll start to see it. Come about 20 to the right.
Yeah, I see it now.
Yep.
It's breaking out.
But our time worked out pretty good. Look at that, right? We're pretty much a beam where we would have been. I think we'd have been a lot closer with that, instead of that vector that he gives about a 15-degree vector. You see the runway now?
Yeah.
Cool. No, it's just a visual maneuver now.
What we'll do is
information Delta Scramble 1-2-3025.
3025.
That's a big-ass prison right there, man.
Yeah.
There's no yard in that one either. Must be the bad guys in that one.
Alright, we're visual of the runway 16.
Okay, yep. Now what's our first heading to Sabine after the touch and go?
It'll be to 189.
189, just remember that.
Alright, here we go, we're turning right. Oh, right base.
No, you don't have to clear the ocean. So just set about 1,500 RPMs, and we'll get a slow down. This plane doesn't like to slow down, so we kind of actually pull more power back up at about 1,200 or so.
Put some flaps.
Hold level here for a second. Let's slow down a little bit. Get up about 100 knots, and then drops the first notch of flaps in. Just pull the nose up for a second. Pull the nose up. Just slow it down. All right, one notch of flaps. Hold the nose up. Let it get below 85. All right, second notch of flaps. There you go. And just come on down about 75, 80. Power as needed. Hold about 70, 75 all the way down, and then crossing the numbers, slow it by about 65 or so. There's your VASIs, the white and red.
Yeah. Kind of weird. Oh. Alright, we got it made. Power's out. You'll hold it just off the runway, just let that airspeed bleed off into the stall, right above the touchdown. We're there. Okay, flaps up. There's no carb heat, so